In the headlines, residents killed as terrorists fire motor bomb into Borno community. Protest rocks Ekiti community over relocation of Federal College of Education. And on the foreign scene, Kenya in shock as road crash toll hits 52. Hello and welcome to Trust News Update. I am Abdurrahman Umar. Thanks for joining. We begin with security. At least 6 people, including women, were killed and many sustained injuries when insurgents fired a motor bomb into Dambuwa town in Borno State. It was learned that the outlawed group came at exactly 8:30 p.m. to Waluri Bridge in Dambuwa town and attacked a civilian GTF location, seriously injuring 2 of its members. According to a security source, the attackers fired a motor bomb into the town when they could not gain access to enter the town. Commenting on the incident, a top member of the civilian GTF said the members resisted the attackers when they could not gain entry to the town. Observers say Dambuwa, which has a garrison of the Nigerian army, has not experienced this kind of attack in the last 2 years. Our reporter in Borno State, Bitrus Kurisi, gives an update.
6 people have been killed and many have sustained injuries when the insurgents fired a mortar bomb into Dambuwa town. So the police are yet to confirm the incident and give us a full details of what transpired in the attack. And then I tried to reach out to the police relations officer here in Maiduguri. They haven't responded to my calls. Same also to the from the Civilian Joint Task Force Command here in Maiduguri. They haven't responded, but at the moment 6 people have been killed and then many still injured, and then the security in the Dambuwa is on alert, and residents too are shocked about this incident. So we are still waiting for the police to come through and give us the full details of what happened.
And still on security, in Katsina State, at least 2 people have been killed after more than 20 bandits invaded Ruma village of Bazari local government area of the state. Those killed are Musa Bala and Sadiq Gwafa for resisting kidnap attempts by the bandits. The deceased were taking refuge in Roma village from neighboring communities in 3 years. In a similar vein, bandits are reported to have been unleashing mayhem on communities around Falali, Maji and Yangaya villages of Jivia local government area of Katsina State. On Friday, bandits were reported to have blocked Bogaji Kaura Gangara Road, abducting dozens of people and dispossessing unsuspecting residents of their belongings. On Dambuji, Ndume Kadisau Road, bandits were reported to have been blocking the road and robbing passerby in broad daylight. Meanwhile, the Rivers State Police Command says it has rescued a kidnapped victim at Emoha local government area of the state. The Commissioner of Police, Umoye Polycarp, revealed this during a press briefing at the State Police Headquarters in Port Harcourt. The Police Commissioner and Police revealed this in a press briefing at the State Police Headquarters in Port Harcourt. The Commissioner revealed that operatives of the command alongside members of the Emoha Vigilante Security tracked down a kidnapped victim to a forest off the Choba Bridge along the east-west road, where he was rescued while the kidnappers fled through the river. The rescued victim stated that the kidnap occurred on the 26th June along Salvation Ministry Road, adding that a black-colored Lexus 3333 Jeep was also snatched by the abductors. The police boss noted that while operatives go in pursuit of the recovery of the vehicle, the victim has been reunited with his family, adding that efforts are ongoing to track and arrest the hoodlums. The police chief stated the CP said the command under his leadership is determined to fight crime to a standstill, adding that his doors are open to anyone who has credible information for the command. A joint patrol team comprising the Nigeria Police and the Kogi East Neighborhood Watch (KEWN) have arrested 10 suspected kidnappers terrorizing Kogi and Benue State. It was gathered that the suspected kidnappers have been terrorizing Ogugu community in Olama Borough, local government area of Kogi State, and Orukamu Otopa axis in Benue State. The Kogi State Police Public Relations Officer SP William Ove Aya, who confirmed the incident on Friday, said 3 of the suspected kidnappers were arrested in Kogi State, while 7 other gang members were arrested in the Gidarawa Trailer Park Hotel in Otumpa, Benue State. According to him, those arrested in Benue State have been handed over to the Benue State Police Command, while the other 3 suspects are currently being interrogated by the police in Lokoja, Kogi State. A 38-year-old pregnant woman has drowned in a river in Kaduna while trying to cross to the other side a local canoe. The woman, identified as Fozia, was in the company of 4 other women who were all rescued by local divers. Trustee Bisbella Musa visited the residence of the deceased at Mokola Hain Kogi in Igabi local government area of Kaduna State, from where he sent in this report.
The river is the easiest route for the people of Mokola and other communities across the river to reach home. While crossing the river, the canoe capsized with 4 persons, including women, who were rescued by local divers, who unfortunately were not able to rescue Faiza. It happened when she went to Kawo Market on Tuesday and she had to cross the river. She bought goods, and while coming back home on the canoe capsized and she died. The inability of the divers to rescue Faiza was attributed to the overwhelming impact of the river. There were 5 women on the canoe, but the local divers rescued them, but couldn't rescue her due to pressure from the water. 2 days after the canoe incident, her body was not found, leaving canoe peddlers and the local divers with no option but to launch a search for her body. Abdul Hakim Yusuf is among the 5 children left by Faiza. He was seen among the group searching for the body of his mother along the river bank. We were searching for her body in the river. I felt so bad that we are yet to find it. There is a place like an island, that is where accidents normally occur due to pressure and high waves there. Faiza's body was later found along Bansora village in River Kaduna, and she was buried according to Islamic rites. Trust TV had severally reported that communities across River Kaduna have been appealing to the authorities concerned to build a bridge for them for easy conveyance of pregnant women to hospital across the metropolis. Bella Musa, Trust TV News, Kaduna.
Governor of Cross River State, Basse Edet Otu, has ordered the State Commissioner of Police to fish out and arrest all the gangsters that reportedly maimed and lynched an elderly woman accused of witchcraft. The woman was burned to ashes in front of her church in the presence of daughter and members a few days ago in All Netim community of Akampa local government area of the state. In a statement on Saturday morning signed by his chief press secretary, Emmanuel Obeche, Otu said the lynching is barbaric, repulsive, and against all civility. Governor Otu said all forms of brigandage and criminal acts will not be tolerated, but rather be made with the full weight of the law. Otu therefore directed the Commissioner of Police in the state to mobilize all tactical and investigative assets and ensure that the perpetrators of the heinous act are brought to justice. Kano State government has denied relieving 10,000 workers employed by Abdullahi Ganduja's immediate administration. The government, however, confirmed that their salaries have been suspended pending an investigation into how they were recruited into the state civil service. The state head of civil service, Usman Bala, told reporters that a verification committee had been formed to evaluate the legality of their employment or otherwise. Trust TV correspondent Idris Jibrin reports.
On the point of exit, 10,000 workers were controversially employed by the immediate past administration of Abdullahi Ganduje. The Kano State Ministry of Information, offices of the State Head of Service and Accountant General, organized this joint press conference to clear up issues relating to the matter.
And the idea is to be bringing sector experts, the responsible people that have data. Anytime we are going to have a press conference so that you don't have to hear from me and go and clarify with them.
Usman Bala, under whose supervision the employees were confirmed, is still the State Head of Service. He says the workers in question were engaged by applicable laws of various MDAs in Kano, but approved by the then Governor Abdullahi Ganduje.
The exercise really was carried out under my watch, but the responsibility of ensuring that it was done rightly and within the confines of the provisions of the law and rules and regulations is squarely vested with the respective MDAs that employed such staff.
However, unless verification is completed, such employment is now viewed as faulty by the administration of Governor Abba Kabir. Therefore, the government must stop paying their salary.
The government has suspended the payment of salary of those newly employed staff. But no staff, let me be categorically clear, no staff is retrenched. No staff is actually retrenched. The government wants to conduct thorough verification with a view to allay those allegations that were made.
The head of service reveals that the deduction of workers' salaries by the previous government began in 2019 as a salary consultancy fee to a firm called Share Benefits.
The consultancy fee per civil servant should be 370, I think, for the state civil servant. For pensioners, it's a different figure, I think. Commencement period, I think, I'm not sure about the exact date, was 2019.
In addition to employee salaries, the former Ganduje administration was also allegedly diverting funds intended for workers' promotion and surcharging pensioners' monthly allowances.
We realized that a lot of staffs that's supposed to be promoted within the last 7 years are not enjoying their promotion at the local government level. So they now decided to do that promotion toward the end of their tenure, that is in April and May, which constitute a huge amount of money. And we came as well to realize that there is need to look at even the processes that was actually being approved or used to process or to approve for the promotion of the quantum of number of staffs.
Now, Kano State government said there will be no more deduction of workers' salaries and pensioners' allowances, and that all pending issues relating to the state civil service are currently being investigated with a view to finding a lasting solution to the already identified problems allegedly created by the former government. Idris Jubrin, Trust TV News, Kano.
Commercial activities and movement were paralyzed for several hours on Saturday in Omo Ekiti following protest over the alleged relocation of the Federal College of Education meant for the town to Ilawi Ekiti in Ekiti State. It will be recalled that the bill for the establishment of the Federal College of Education Omo Ekiti was sponsored by the senator representing Ekiti South Senatorial District, Abiodun Olujime, and was passed by both chambers of the 9th National Assembly. The protesters displayed cards such as "On Omo FCE we stand, no more, no less. This injustice must be redressed. Return our FCE back to us. Don't rob Peter to pay Paul." FCE belonged to Omo Ekiti, among others. Travelers going to Abuja and those passing through the major highway in the town to Lagos, Ado Ekiti and neighboring Ondo State had a Herculean time as the roads were barricaded. Efforts by the Nigerian police, the Directorate of the State Service and the other security agencies drafted to maintain law and order and also allow for free flow of traffic were revoked. Earlier, the paramount ruler of the community, Obanoa Onobihen, had directed that all markets, shops and other businesses must not open as a mark of protest for the alleged injustice brought on the community. Addressing the protesters, a leader in the community, Segun Akale, appealed to President Bola Tinubu and the governor of Ekiti State, Abiodun Oyebanji, to come to the rescue of Umo Ekiti by returning the Federal College of Education to the town. The National Universities Commission (NUC) has warned the Academic Staff Union of Universities (ASU) to stop misleading Nigerians about the new university curriculum. This was displayed in a statement by the NUC's Deputy Executive Secretary, Academics Noel Saliu, who was reacting to claims by ASU that the National Universities Commission (NUC) imposed the core curriculum minimum academic standards on ASU. The NUC stated that all universities were carried along in the development of the core curriculum minimum academic standards. The NUC chief revealed that ASU's claims of no official communication from NUC to the universities on the review of the benchmark minimum academic standard, BMAS, were false. They also revealed that the curriculum review process started in 2018 with experts on various subjects in Nigerian universities producing the draft documents, adding that the draft was further forwarded to other experts in Nigerian universities for their input. They added that when the initial drafts of CCMS were ready, they were also circulated amongst Nigerian academics and their inputs synthesized and incorporated into the respective programs, acknowledging that the process of getting and incorporating input from Nigerian universities had been the tradition of NUC since 1989 and had not faltered. You are watching News Update on Trust TV. Coming off after the break, we take a look at why young men delay marriage. Details of these and more after the break. Do stay with us. Welcome back, and if you are just joining us, this is the news update on Trust TV. Here is the recap of our top stories. Residents killed as terrorists fire motor bomb into Borno community. And protest rocks Ekiti community over relocation of Federal College of Education. Now moving on to other stories. One person has been reported dead while 4 others sustained injuries of various degrees when an 18-seater bus rammed into a motorcycle carrying a passenger along Eperonkwa Junction in Akwa Ibom on Friday, June 30th. This was contained in a statement on Saturday by the sector commander of the Federal Road Safety Corps, Akwa Ibom Command, Matu Olanisai. Olanisai attributed the crash to recklessness and cautioned drivers against reckless driving to avoid further road crashes, especially during the rainy season. The sector commander described the incident as an unfortunate situation and that could have been avoided if caution was not thrown to the wind. He stressed that recklessness and impatience on the part of drivers and riders have been one of the major reasons crashes abound on roads. Harsh economic realities are forcing many young people to have a rethink about marriage. Some would-be couples in Katsina advance simple reason for decision to put marriage on hold until the economic situation improves. Abdullahi Ahmadi speaks to some unmarried youth on what they think about marriage and why they delay. His report.
Marriage is a union voluntarily joined for life until death separates the couple. In northern Nigeria, females are married off at the age of 18 and above, and between the ages of 25 and 30 in the case of males, depending on income or social status. However, the situation seems to be changing largely due to economic and traditional factors. In fact, there seems to be a lot more to it than what one can just imagine.
The reason why youth are delayed in having marriage might not be unconnected with the current economic situation. This is the biggest reason.
Most of the youth are not unemployed, so that's why they didn't get married early.
Some blamed the situation of not getting married to some cultural disparity between families and communities.
Number one thing that family consider now is what highestly leads to the problem of late marriage concerning the situation we are in now. The first factor they look into is how is this person financially stable, meaning they are looking into the financial strength of a person, especially the man that want to marry again, not the moral strength. What we know in the olden days or in previous time is moral strength.
Marriage is a matter of time. No matter how, whether you are ready or not, if time comes, you will do it.
Commentators believed the situation will get worse and portends dangers to cultural and religious values if nothing is done to address inflation and economic inequality.
I'm yet to marry due to economic hardship being experienced in the country, and also marriage in this moment is too expensive.
Many are of the belief that to checkmate cases of rape and unwanted pregnancies among young boys and girls, government and other stakeholders must find immediate solution to address issues raised by the respondents. Abdullahi Ismail Ahmadi, Trust Television News, Katsina.
President Bola Tinubu has received the president of Guinea-Bissau, Umaru Sissoco Embalo, in Lagos. Embalo, who is also the chairman ECOWAS Authority of Heads of State and Government, paid a private visit to his Nigerian counterpart on Saturday. Tinubu has been spending the Salah holiday in Lagos since his return from London on Tuesday. Embalo's visit to Tinubu is the first by an African president since the Nigerian leader's inauguration on May 29. Though details of the visit have not been made public, it may not be unconnected with Nigeria's position as one of the most influential nations in the economic community of West African states and African Union. And now on the foreign scene, the death toll from a grisly road crash in western Kenya rose to 52 on Saturday. Police said as rescuers worked to clear the wreckage from one of the deadliest traffic accidents in the country in recent years. A truck carrying a shipping container veered out of control and plugged into multiple vehicles and people thronging on a busy road junction on Friday evening, plunging the nation into shock and mourning. The disaster occurred at Londiani Junction on a busy highway between the lakeside town of Nakuru and Kericho, an area known for its lush tea plantations. Transport Minister Kipchumba Murkomen told reporters during a visit to the site that new safety measures will be introduced after he described as a terrible and painful tragedy. Rift Valley Regional Commissioner Abdi Hassan said earlier that rescuers had resumed a search for victims believed to be trapped under the wreckage, but it was not known if the updated toll included bodies recovered from the site. And with that, we have come to the end of the Trust TV's news update. Do not forget to follow us across all our media platforms and our YouTube live stream. I am Abdurrahman Omar. Thanks for watching and bye for now.